Hi Tera fans, this is Tera, Solo Gamer. Today is 13 October 2022, and today we're going to be talking about the latest patch that came out last night, and then we're going to talk about some October events going on, minor ones, and it's not the same thing as the previous October events that we had out there. Now, first thing I'm going to do is take you to the menu here to Event, and we're going to do Update Details. That's going to take us to the web browser to show us what the latest updates are that are out there. Now, you can see today, well, it says 12 October. Today's 13 October. This actually came out just a few hours ago. It says 99.01 build update. We will upload the patch note as soon as it is translated. It should be what it says. Yeah. We're very sorry for the inconvenience. Now, you'll notice that you saw another 99.01 build update because the last one actually was 99.01. This one is actually 100.01. And I don't think I can do it from this thing. Nope. Yeah, I can't do it from here. I was able to do it in my web browser on my computer. Up in the upper right corner, there's a thing to pick different languages on the regular web browser. And I went to the Korean version. I can't read in Korean, but they do have the patch notes out there in Korean. And of course, in Korean, it actually says 100.01 build update. The 99.01 was actually the one that we had back in September. So it's actually the 100.01 build update. Currently not an English version available. Now, when this has happened before, and they say we'll upload the patch notes as soon as they get translated into English, I don't believe we ever ended up even getting an English translation. And in one of my previous videos, one of my viewers, ChewCab, asked if I knew anything about those patch notes because he couldn't find an English translation. So what I did was I went out to the website, copied the Korean translation, and then I went to translate.google.com. That's the Google translator. And I pasted in there in English, and it gave me a Korean translation, which I copied and pasted into the comment section for ChewCab, and he seemed happy with that. So what I'm going to do for this video is when I get it uploaded, and for those of you who don't know, if you don't do Tera videos, once you start the upload process, it can sometimes take a few hours before it finally gets uploaded. So I may not notice it till later. So if you happen to catch this later today and you don't see a comment down in the comment section yet where I have pasted the English translation from Google Translate, and I'm going to pin that particular comment after I do it so it should appear at the top, then just wait a few hours or just wait till tomorrow and check back, because I'll do it as soon as I can, but I have to wait for the whole video to upload before I can comment on it. And then what I'll do is I'll go to the Korean version of the patch notes, translate them through Google Translator, copy and paste that translation into the comment section, and then I'll pin that comment so it should appear at the top. Now bear in mind, I've already looked at it. It's really hard to read in English because some of those, especially when you're talking about some of the quest names and dungeon names and gear names, they don't translate very well. So you may not even recognize, I don't recognize some of them anyway. Some of them I can tell what it means, and then some I can't even tell what it means. So, bear in mind. But at least some of the instructions, as far as what's going on, do tend to appear pretty well in there. Now, as far as the patch notes, the biggest news is, of course, we have new gear now. We now have gear that is higher level than Fraxim. They had said during the actual 99.01 back in September that with the next update we would have new gear, and we do. And I have tested my accessories and some other stuff. It is literally just the gear: a weapon, body armor, hand armor, foot armor. There is now a higher level than Fraxim. But you still have the same accessories and whatever, though. Those have not been upgraded. Not that I can tell. I did some testing, and it does not look like it. Okay, so we will get to that. But actually, let's go ahead and get to that now. I'll do the October events a little separately. All right. Then we do a hop so I don't time out and go out to the login screen there. Now, I have been checking the trade broker, and no one is selling any of the new gear yet, but of course it literally came out just a few hours ago, so I might be getting a little ahead of myself, you know. But I do happen to have one piece of +9 Fraxim, and that's literally all I have of +9, but I can remove the crystals, and I can go into upgrade. You see there's now an upgrade option for your Fraxim if you have a +9. And what we have now above Fraxim is Kaia's Violent Fury. Okay, that's the new armor. And you can see, now let me scroll down here to the bottom. You see a bunch of unidentified effects because, of course, you would have to upgrade to it first and make it no longer enigmatic and then choose your stuff, just like usual. But you see at the bottom, it says bind on equip. So it's not going to bind to you to equip it, but of course if you're upgrading from your previous stuff, you know. And it can be liberated one time, just like the other stuff. So that does mean that we will probably be seeing some of it on the trade broker later, which is where I get my highest level stuff, because I'm a solo player, so I don't do dungeons. I don't do multiplayer dungeons, only solo dungeons, but they don't give us those kind of rewards. So I'm kind of looking forward to those being in the trade broker later. And just like most of the other stuff, can't trade, no sale value, can't be stored in the guild bank. So apparently you can put it in your own personal bank, though. If one character happens to pick it up but doesn't equip it to bind it, you can drop it in the bank and let one of your other characters get it. All right, so, and that was one thing I noticed too. With 2 of set, +4 resilience. With 3 of set, +4% attack speed. So you actually get a few little bonuses the more pieces of this level of gear that you have. So if you have just the chest piece, you're going to have what's up here. But if you have 2 pieces of the gear, you're going to get +4 to resilience. It says resilience. I assume they mean, and I cannot think of the word, endurance. My assumption is they're talking about endurance when they say resilience, because I looked here earlier. I don't see a new thing called resilience. So that's my guess, is they mean endurance. Maybe you know it means something else. I'm not sure. Get back to where it was. Okay. And now if you take a good look at all the top stuff there, defense modifier 32,880. Now when you look at my defense modifier on my Fraxim, plus what I got because it's a +9, that's about the same as when you get to the 0 Kaia's Violent Fury. Okay, and of course, on Kaia's Violent Fury, once you do some upgrade, that part's going to increase. But if you look at the other stuff, max MP, decreased damage 10%, crit resistance factor 30, increased power 24. This is my Fraxim that we're looking at right now, the green stuff there. Looks like the Kaia's Violent Fury is exactly the same when it comes to those green parts. Now, once you get into the unidentified effects, I don't know if that's going to be any different from what's currently available, but it seems like typically most of the armor, when you get to the last 1 or 2 or 3 levels of it, are generally about the same stuff that's available. So, I don't know. If you're one of those multiplayer dungeon people and you get all the stuff you need to upgrade, then you can tell us later. Now, you can see right now, I have a... Let me see if... Okay, I actually do have more item XP than what is necessary for the upgrade. Okay, so chances are if you have a +9 Fraxim and you have 0 XP, you're probably not going to have a 24.9% chance. You're probably going to have a much lesser chance. Now, I will tell you, one of the things I saw in the English translation of the patch notes when I converted it from Korean to English in the Google Translator, it said something about your chances for upgrading. Now, I don't know if it meant upgrading or enchanting. I'm not going to swear to that because I think it used a different word in the translation. But it mentioned something about each of your fails giving you a +10% chance as opposed to a +1% chance. So I don't know if that was talking about the conversion part here, like if I were to try and fail, if I would bump up to 34.9, or if it applies to once I have the Violent Fury and I'm trying to enchant it, if I would get a +10% chance for each fail versus a plus 1% chance like we normally get for stuff. Okay, so that's something for you to look for. Once you get yourself at least one piece of Kaia's Violent Fury of something, you know, the chest piece or the weapon or the foot armor or the hand armor, because those are, from what I can tell, the only pieces that we have newer level now. Like I said, I checked my accessories. There's no option to upgrade those. None of that seems to have changed. So at least you have this. Now, how am I going to upgrade my Fraxim to Kaia's Violent Fury? Me personally, I'm not going to, because I have to do multiplayer dungeons. But if you look over here, of course, you're going to need gold, as always. You're going to need some Kaia's Essence. You're going to need some Kaia's Protection. And you're going to need some Enhancement Energy. Those are the three new parts that we didn't have before. And, of course, you have Golden Plate and you have Diamonds. That's typical stuff that we've had around before. Kaia's Essence, Kaia's Protection, Enhancement Energy. That's, if you are a multiplayer dungeon-type person, that's what you're going to be looking for. Now, let me put my stuff back together so that when I go to this list, everything shows up the way I'm used to. Okay, if you go to Quick Play, Instance Matching, and look at all your dungeons, looky there. Corrupted Skynest Hard, Kaia's Essence, Kaia's Protection, Enhancement Energy. Those are all available. And then some other stuff, which I assume is typical drops for that dungeon. I don't know. If you do dungeons, then you know if that's typical or not for the rest of it. But you do have those three. And then we go to Grotto of Lost Souls Hard. You have Kaia's Essence, Kaia's Protection, Enhancement Energy. And Ross Abyss Hard. You have them. Corrupted Skynest. You have them. Now, once you get to Ruinous Manor and so on and so forth, they're no longer available. They're not in those lower ones. And when I did read the English translation from the Korean that I did from the patch notes, it did mention 457 and higher. So even when they rotate these dungeons around later to some other dungeons, because I know they do that, your 457 and higher dungeons are going to give you your Kaia's Essence, your Kaia's Protection, and your Enhancement Energy to help you to convert from Fraxim to the new Kaia's Fury thing, whatever it was called. It's a big long name for some stuff. All right, so that is the new gear that we have. That is how you get the enchanting materials to enchant it up from Fraxim to the new Kaia's Fury, whatever it was called, thing. All right, so new gear. Biggest news from the patch notes. Some of the other stuff I saw in the patch notes, and again, I'm going to do a Google translation, and I'm not going to swear to anything on the translation because I can't read Korean, but I'm just going to paste whatever spits out of Google Translator into a comment below the video and pin it so it'll appear at the top. So anyone who wants to read the loosely translated thing, you can read it and take it for whatever it's worth. Okay, but I did also notice they had done some more. On the regular quest line, they mentioned they had made some more of the regular quest line things simpler. They mentioned they fixed a couple of quests that apparently were not working. Excuse me. That apparently had not been working and had not allowed you to continue along the quest line. So there's some more things to look forward to in the game. They fixed a few more stuff on the main quest lines. I'm trying to think. I think those were the biggest things, the new gear and fixing some more of the quest lines. And they had mentioned before, you know, some new dungeons opening. I guess those dungeons I was showing, maybe some of them have recently rotated or something. Because I know they do rotate those once in a while. Okay, that deals with the patch notes. Some fixed main quest lines and brand new gear is the biggest news for right now. Now, I do also want to show you event in progress. Because they have posted some new October events. Nothing major. Okay, these are the October events. I will show you really quickly that there is the Halloween event going on, but I'm doing a separate video for that. I've already started it. I have to wait a few hours until the Gordos appear, and I will also have that video. This is one of those rare times I'm going to have two videos out in the same day, or maybe one tonight and one tomorrow, depending on how long these take to upload. But the Halloween event has begun. You go ahead and get out there and get started if you want to. It's not that difficult. But I will have a video out for that separately because I'm not going to do it with this video. So the current October events that they have put in there. Okay, today is 13 October, so we can ignore the previous one. But 22 to 23 October, we're going to have another Hot Time event where you log in for about 4 hours because you get one item every 30 minutes, and there's a grand total of 9 items. And I did pay attention the last time. I did get one within a minute or two after logging in the first time. So after you've logged in and gotten that first one, you only need 8 more items. So you only need to be logged in for about 4 hours. And it is cumulative. You can log in for 2 hours, on Saturday, and then the next day log in for 2 or 3 more hours, and you'll still get all your stuff. Okay, it doesn't have to be a continuous period. You can break it up if you don't have time to be on there for 4 hours straight. Again, October 22 through October 23rd, you simply log in for about 4 hours, and you're going to get 9 total items. You'll notice big head, big breast, different chest, Stormcry footwear, and I know the last few times we have also gotten the Stormcry handwear armor as well. And it's because they say etc. there, and they don't list all 9 items, but that's coming on 22, 23 October. Now, item XP times 2 event. Ignore that one, it's past. Okay, beginning today, the 13th of October through the 17th. This is one of those rare times where it's like a 5-day thing. 13th through the 17th. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. That's 5 days right there. So today's Thursday, so it should end on Monday. All right, so you'll get 2 times the amount of item XP for your Vanguard requests. Okay, so if you got if you're wearing that Fraxim, you don't have enough item XP on it yet to feel comfortable with an upgrade, go ahead and get yourself some item XP. Or if you're working on your Stormcry or even your Frost Metal, whatever the case may be, double XP event for the next few days. And then again on 29 through 31 October. And that should be a typical Saturday through Monday. I haven't looked at the calendar, but 3 days, normally Saturday through Monday. This one again starts today the 13th and goes all the way to the 17th. So we're looking at Thursday through Monday. And then there's going to be another item XP times 3. We actually had one last month. First time I recall seeing one. But we got another item XP times 3 on 22 October through 24 October. Okay, so be prepared for that weekend because you're going to get triple points for all your item experience points for Vanguards and things that you do that award you item XP. All right, now that has passed starting today, October 13th through the 17th. Again, another longer period. Stormcry Gear Enchanting Event. You're going to get double the percentage chance to enchant your Stormcry gear. So 13th through the 17th. And again, 13th through the 17th, you got item XP times 2. So get out there, do your Vanguards, Island of Dawn, top level monsters, Sealywood BAMs, Sealywood monsters, whatever it is you do to get your item XPs. Get your item XPs double this weekend, and then enchant your Stormcry gear up if you're still working on your Stormcry. And of course, if you just want to work on your item XP for now, for the next few days, and then wait until the 22nd through the 24th and get some more item XP, because that's going to be triple, whatever. But Stormcry Gear Enchanting, today the 13th through October 17th. And then it's going to happen again the 29th through the 31st. All right, now the Halloween event begins today on the 13th, and it goes through 9 November. I would say probably 8 November. It's going to end by whenever they do the server maintenance. That's when they normally end those things. Again, I'm working on another video right now. I've been working on it before I did this one, but I have to wait for the Gordos to appear in town to finish it up. So that's also going to be coming either today or tomorrow for the Halloween event. Now we also have, but again, if you want to go get started, go get started. Go get your stuff. All right, Heroic Oath Gear Enchanting Jackpot Event starts today through the 20th. You're looking at like a week there for your Heroic Oath, where you're going to get from level 0 to 6, okay? 7, 8, 9, you're probably on your own, but at least from 0 to 6 on your Heroic Oath Gear, you're going to get double the chance for enchantment on each level of it, okay? From 0 to 6. We had this last month, and I believe last month was the first time I ever saw Heroic Oath Gear. But I have a feeling that especially now that we have a higher level gear than Fraxim, we're probably going to start seeing this a little more often, the Heroic Oath Gear enchant. In fact, that may end up becoming as normal as the Stormcry, because it used to be Frost Metal back when we had lower levels of gear, but then they did away with lower levels of gear, and now the Stormcry Gear Enchanting Events became the norm. I have a feeling the Heroic Oath Gear is going to become at least a little bit more the norm. But it starts today, 13 October, and it goes through 20 October. So if you're working on getting your Heroic Oath Gear anywhere from level 0 up to level 6, you're going to have a double chance with each level to get it enchanted. Okay, and we have the level up event. We typically have that going on pretty much continuously. It starts today, the 13th of October, goes through 10 November, almost a month. That's normally while you're leveling up your character, a new character from 0 all the way to 65 or whatever. They don't give any details for it, but typically every 10 levels or so, I think it usually starts at 15, then at 20, then like 30, 40, 50, then 60, 65. You're going to get special jackpot things, usually temporary costume type items. I think you usually also get some rainbow bait, Lambo Gogies, just depending on which level you're at. They throw some extra stuff at you. It's pretty. I honestly love doing the level up events. That's one of the reasons I have so many characters on so many gamer tags, just from doing a bunch of different level up events. Of course, a lot of mine were from way back when we first had the Valkyrie come out, first had the Ninja come out, first had the Gunner come out, because I made a bunch of Gunners and Ninjas and Valkyries. And then we had the tank event, where I made a bunch of Brawlers and a few Lancers. That's where I first fell in love with the Brawler, because I never probably would have even created a Brawler if it weren't for that. But anyway, it's a whole different thing there. But yeah, go enjoy your level up event if you want to make a new character. And then we have the login event going on again. We typically have those starting regularly, and they're going on all the time. Starts today, goes through 9 November. All right, so that was all of that. All right, now let me get out of here. And I'm going to go into my menu, because we mentioned the accumulated login event. I already grabbed it this morning. I wasn't thinking. Got my Flying Skylash wing. So it started again today. You're probably familiar with these from some of my other videos and from playing Tera and actually enjoying the thing. And now the last couple, either the last 2 or 3 of these we had, it included a Stormcry weapon and chest armor. It is not included this time. Okay, the big payoff is another level 65 scroll. We end up getting a lot of those through a lot of these kind of events. What is that? That's Traveler's Insurance, common stuff. It's mostly the common stuff that we typically get from the accumulated daily login events. You know, Battle Pass level +5, another Battle Pass level +5. Those things are pretty common. Get some Lambo Gogies. And where is it? I better see it. There we go. 3 News tiers on day 19. News tiers were always one of my favorite drops, because I do so much gathering, so much crafting, and I like to get my production points back up when I run out of them. Okay, so there we go. That's going on again. Started again today. Okay, so go ahead and start logging in every day so that you can get your stuff. And I do want to go ahead and show you. Because I hunt the Naga Battle Masters so frequently. And I know they're normally worth $423 for the item XP. And you can see right now they are worth $846. Because right now we have a double item experience point event going on. And if you have a favorite Vanguard you normally do and you have an off-target, you go ahead and check it. You will see that right now it's doubled. And that's going to go through Monday. You know, so you got like 4 or 5 days there to get that done. Alright, and that should do it for this video. Quick summary. We have brand new gear. We now have a gear level higher than Fraxim. Does not affect your accessories or any other stuff, but it does affect a weapon, chest armor, hand armor, foot armor. Brand new. It's out there. So if you're one of those dungeon people, go look for it. And if you're like me, you're not a dungeon person, just keep watching the trade broker. Eventually someone will sell me a set, you know. And we got the accumulated login event going on right now. And what was the other thing? Well, whatever I covered before. For some reason, I can't think right now what the... oh, yeah, the double item XP. And then we do have the triple item XP coming up. We have the Stormcry Enchanting Event. And we do have a Heroic Oath Enchanting Event coming up again. So those are all things to either enjoy right now or look forward to in the very, very near future. All right. Until next time, enjoy Tera and happy gaming.